Hey, yo, and welcome to the AWO Journeyman podcast, where we never get wins in the same round because Carlton is an absolute letdown. I am JD, the Carlton fan who doesn't know when the misery is ever going to end. Joining me, as usual, is Nate, the Pies fan who unfortunately didn't get to celebrate Sidebottom's 300th the way he would have wanted to. But you'll still celebrate in style. How you doing, Nate?
I'm good. I've got a list of all the team's mascots, and I've ranked them in order from least likely to most likely to kick my ass in a one-on-one fight. I'm going to reveal it tonight.
Oh, I'm glad. I'm very glad. And also joining us, the boy who gets BOG most weeks on the podcast. His name is Maso. Boys, let's talk some footy. But before we get into the games,
yes,
we have something to discuss. Reserves football. Please.
Where do I even start?
Please take us through the lead up, the game. Take us through it all, mate.
The lead up. I think I got a message on Friday. Hey, do you want to play tomorrow? And I was like, yeah, why not? Where at? What time? And I think it was Manning Park. Yeah, well, anyway, they absolutely reamed us. 18 goals to 2. It was an absolute slaughter. Pretty much to sum it up, I think they put me forward in the fourth, and that was just pretty much like, oh yeah, go rest up. It's the equivalent of go rest up forward because that ball it did not freaking come out of our forward. No, I wasn't cooked. That ball was just not coming out of the forward line. Like they were just smashing it in there, and like we had no answer for it. They had the wall set up. It was an absolute slaughter.
Why would you have a wall set up in reserves footy?
I don't know. They were going ham, boy. It was terrifying.
A wall in reserves football.
When I was in halfback, there was I was man on man, and it would have been like a stream of 4 players just running free, one with the ball coming into our forward line. I'm like, this is my first game. What the fuck do I do?
Oh, amazing. For those who don't know, this is Mason's literal first year of football. So it is. It's going to be a wild ride.
It was lambs to slaughter. I got a few hard balls. I bumped some cunts over.
Like the lamb to slaughter. I love it.
So, I put some pressure acts on, but we could barely get near the freaking ball. Actually, no, I did a good rush behind to save us from a cheeky out the back goal. So I had my moments. I could hang my head at the end of the game.
What did you end up losing by?
What do you mean? I said 18 goals to 2.
Literally, yes, sorry. Sorry.
And
did make you relive
it. Lost by a mountain. I think it was 9 each half.
Oh god, yeah, that's fair enough. Reserves football. What a time it is to play. Do you have any good old football memories to drop, Nathan?
I don't have a memory. Did you see the video I sent you on Instagram? Some Resi player just took off their shirt and just said, "Fuck this."
Yes, I did. I did see that. That guy went mental. Football play. Resi's football is just unhinged onto a different level. You just don't know what to expect every time you go out there. Like I said, sometimes you'll see the fattest bloke in the world, and then you'll be like, "Wait a sec, how are you moving like that?"
Oh yes, that's what I saw on the weekend. It was amazing. I've never seen anything like it. This dude was a walking boulder. He sold the candy to one player, bounced it, stepped to the side, went around the body, and just barely missed. If that went through, that would have been the best thing I've ever seen. He must have been he was a big boy. He was a big boy. They just moved.
You get to see some special things from some of those fellas. It's absolutely insane, some of the things you'll see in reserves football.
It was beautiful to watch.
Well, speaking of reserves football, then Friday night, Sydney v Carlton. Now, I didn't torture myself with this. I did bother to watch the replay because I still love my boys. But, geez. 11, 77 to 6 goals, 15, 51. Talk about inaccuracy. Talk about a dagger to the heart. The season's pretty much cooked. It's amazingly still in contention. Don't know how. They're not actually in contention. They're just mathematically. I'm at the point of maths already. What a disappointment. I don't want to even go too much into it. I'm going to let someone else take it from here.
I didn't touch on that with a 10-foot pole.
I don't want to touch it with a 10-foot pole either, but it was a tough watch Friday night. Let's talk about maths. Let's talk about stats then. Carlton last 3 weeks, 21 goals, 41. And that's not even including it. That's not even including our fools. I found a good side, perhaps a premiership side. It's about 4. Basically, if you have 60 inside 50s and kick 15 goals, that's a 4. 1 goal every 4 inside 50s. There's only 3 teams under that score of 4 right now. Freo, who deserve to be, to deserve 4 wins in a row. They're transitioning it much, much better now and converting on the scoreboard. Gold Coast Suns, surprisingly, they don't have a lot of inside 50s, but they do convert when they get the chance. And Collingwood, many avenues to go with Collingwood. But I found 2 sides, either at 5 or just over 5. One's North Melbourne, who got their score under 5 against Collingwood. West Coast, that's to be expected. That's at about 6.2. But the worst side is Carlton at 6.46. Carlton made Aaron Francis and Lewis Melican look like superstars. But there was a superstar in Sydney's backline, and that was Nick Blakey. He is the lizard. He is the lizard queen, running through the centre of the SCG multiple times. Career best game for him, clearly.
The fucking lizard.
And I can't believe we're saying this, but a North Melbourne admin has kick-started Sydney's season, and Carlton has played Sydney back into form.
Oh, we played nearly everyone back into form, haven't we?
That's a Patlin right there.
Yeah, we're an awful team. We're a disgusting watch. It's hard to sit through these games. It's hard to go back and like I said, I will watch a win or loss or a draw. But yeah, it's just so hard to watch every week. There's nobody turning up with effort. But this game, even Sydney, just made us look. Everyone's making us look second rate. We make ourselves look second rate. There's not much to discuss with Carlton. I don't think we want to harp on them anymore. As tap the sign, no harping on Carlton because there's just no point. Until they play themselves back into form. I mean, you summed it up best with blocking them on Instagram. It's until they play themselves back into form. I mean, they can get a little bit of a boycott and bothering getting a mention in this podcast. So, yeah, move on. Let's talk about Sydney because, the Lizard, what a game. What a game from the Lizard. He is putting together some kind of season, but he just tore it up, shreds up the guts. And that's something that he's been doing this season that's just been something else, real creative, just been able to go straight up the middle, unlike anybody else, I sort of reckon. Don't think there's many people that can play him because he's such a unique type player. What else did you guys... Yeah, else did you guys think from Sydney's win?
Haney was good.
Good old Isaac.
I think he played a bit of a tagging role. What are you shaking your head at, Nave? What's up?
No. I'm not disagreeing. It's just these 2 sides. I can't see these sides playing finals. It was just a terrible watch.
Yeah.
I'm still shaking my head.
I'm just trying to find some positives. Yeah.
I'm glad that let's just say that I had a shitty movie night with my mates instead of watching this game because I can assure it was much better from what I gather. So. We may as well just move on because it's not much to talk about.
I'll get into my list, okay? From teams who most likely to kick my ass to least. I'll start with Carlton, the colour blue, 18th. I'm not talking the general blues. I'm talking the colour blue.
Okay, we're not talking about... Wait, I think you're talking about Captain Carlton.
No, I'm not talking about the literal mascot. I'm talking like
Oh,
Like,
now I'm
the
confused.
guy in the jumpsuit. No fucking way. No. The
Yeah,
colour
I thought
blue.
I was like, that dude's gonna kick the shit out of you.
Oh, he would. Absolutely. But no, the colour blue, 18th. And a swan, 15th.
Okay. Oh, okay. Like the emblems is what it feels like you're sort of going.
Yeah, pretty much. Like,
So what about this
an
one?
actual, oh, you'll find out about an actual docker. Yeah.
Can you please do us like a actual mascot rating where you're like, okay, I'm gonna rank the mascots that will actually kick my ass. All right, moving on to Saturday. We've got the Saints v Hawks, which Nate wanted to turn this into a Hawthorn podcast, and well deservedly. 12-16, 12-16, 12-6, 78, played 12-16, 88. Wow, that's weird. I actually didn't mean to. Hawthorn get up with a few really late crucial goals in a really gutsy win against St Kilda, who are starting to look like another team that are the pretenders of the season. Now dropping games to some clubs that they absolutely shouldn't. Maso, you must be absolutely loving it watching Ross lose some of these games again. Yeah, Nate, take it away, mate.
Can we just say, Maso's in the perfect spot,
What do you mean?
covering the shoulders of Takeshita. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Oh, that's amazing.
But as far as this game goes, St Kilda are up by 20 points in that final quarter. They didn't have to lose this game. They blew it. And it wasn't even in the final quarter. They blew this game before the game in selection. Tim Membry was available, but he was playing VFL. And that meant Sicily could roam a bit. And roam he did. 43 disposals, 16 marks. I think it was 21 or 22 intercept possessions. 658 metres gained. He got himself suspended, though, for his bump on Caminiti. I don't think they'll be reduced to a fine or be cleared to play, unfortunately. Hawthorn plus 69 disposals. I mentioned that because, 69. Nice.
Hey.
And plus 15 inside 50s. At half-time, I think the scores were level, but Hawthorn's accuracy was letting them down. But they had a much better first half over St Kilda. St Kilda had a much better third quarter and halfway through the fourth quarter, getting to a 20-point lead. But again, St Kilda, it's a waste. They've gone from a top 4 smoky to 5 to 8 to being in this massive cluster of mid-range sides right now. They're falling backwards now.
Mid-teams.
So many mid-teams after this round. So many upsets, clearly. And I'm starting to get the sense that maybe St Kilda's going to drop out of finals yet again. The same way they did last season. They've had a good start. It's almost a 1 step forward, 2 steps back with them. Just going back to Hawthorn, though, the final 2 minutes. Basically what they did was they did what the Giants couldn't do last week. So the Saints were able to lock down defensively over the Giants. The Giants, so many minimal opportunities getting it forward. Hawthorn, not as minimal, but the last 2 minutes, there was a passage of play where they were trying to switch it. They were going as quick as possible. Callum Wilkie was the loose man in defence, yet they held it up a good enough time for Takeshita to come running in, take the mark out in front from 45 metres out. His accuracy was pretty shit all game, but was able to convert a very clutch goal to put Hawthorn in front, and Luke Bruce kicking the sealer, career goal 499. He'll most likely kick his 500th goal next week. But a very good win by Hawthorn. Well deserving. These wins are going to be very rare. They're going to be very rare for Hawthorn this season, so they had to win one of these close ones. And they do it against a side that's projected to make finals. Well done, Sam Mitchell. Well done to Hawthorn's midfield. It's not looking as bleak as we thought compared to the start of the season now. They're just too proud of a club to win a wooden spoon. They've won a premiership every decade. Don't think they'll win a premiership this decade. It will take a bit of time with this rebuild, but they've got a nice core group of youngsters coming through. They just need a few reinforcements, and Sam Mitchell, next couple of years, will be back, or he'll be coaching a decent side.
Oh yeah, my standouts are the big Meeky boy, Connor Nash. Warple again. Is he underrated or is it just me?
He needs to be healthy for a whole season.
Yeah.
He's
got to get through for me.
He's doing good for me so far. He surprised me.
Oh, yeah. Very well.
Sicily, obviously.
Assist.
MP went all right. But, honest question: has the downfall happened since the Adelaide game?
You called it.
Pretty much, yeah. You called it. You said that they were looking shaky, and here we go. I think it's I don't think they have as much A grade talent as some other teams as well. So them dropping out isn't too much of a surprise if they do, but also if they do make it as well, it can be commended their start to the season. So again, you'll love this, Nath. It's a watch this space with St Kilda. They are really a watch this space club because who the fuck knows where they're going to end up in 2023.
I don't know. I still reckon they can make it. I still reckon they can make the finals.
Maybe 8th.
Maybe, 8th. Maybe get a win and then fall out. But I feel like
a few years ago.
I feel like the formula's been found out. It's kind of exposed. They, playing fucking. Pardon my language. They're playing hard footy.
Pardon my French.
You know what's funny? You called a Rezzy a cunt. Yeah, you say the F word. Like, oh,
in the first opening 5 minutes.
Rezzy's talk is you're expecting swear words, and
it's true. It's loose. It's unhinged.
You've got to be, down the line. They're playing heavy metal football. They were just, non-stop aggressive. The boys are probably getting tired, and the formula's, the strategy's been found out. So, you can congratulate them for what they've done. I still reckon they make finals, but yeah.
I'll congratulate them for having a good start to the season. Good on them.
Yeah.
But now they can get fucked.
Yeah, I mean that's St Kilda for you though at the moment, isn't it? Wasn't that what were they last year? 8-4,
8-3,
8-3. So get ready to see if they can ride it out till the end of the season, because I've got a feeling it's going to be a very weird season with all these mid teams that we've got in the middle at the moment. I mean, if we're having a look at the moment, all the way through from realistically. The Giants still have a chance. I mean, we probably don't think that they're going to do much this year, but from Carlton through to St Kilda, actually, and even Melbourne at the moment are playing a bit like that.
St Kilda, 17th. A Saints or a Nun is not going to kick my ass. A Hawk though, 9th. I've seen them swoop. They can't pick me up, obviously, but they can pick up a snake and throw it at me.
Do they are they a specific type of hawk? Or are they just blanketed hawk?
I'm just talking a general hawk, like an attack hawk.
They've just blanketed hawk. That's what I think.
Hawk 9th.
Hawk 9th. Love it, actually, because we'll have to. I can't wait to hear some of your other ones because I'm curious, because a hawk I'd have pretty high up. Hawks are pretty deadly. Wait, so did you not have like the demons?
Well, we'll get into the demons.
Because I mean, a saint I get. A saint you would, but I'm curious now. I'm curious. But let's get into the next Saturday game. Nam versus, I hope I say this right. Do you want to say this for me, Maso?
No, you got it.
Oh, God. While you're up?
While you're up.
Yeah, not bad.
Okay, how do you say it? Tell me how you actually say it.
It's like wall you up.
So 10-12-72 played 12-7-79. Freo, well done. Freo, the win you needed. Freo, don't know if it's going to play out the way we want it to, but could sneak into the 8 depending on the result of the last game. What a turnaround for the Freo season. Mason, take it away.
I'm shocked. Like, to be honest, as I was saying to Nate earlier, I didn't expect 4-0. Not in my wildest dreams. Expected maybe 2-2 for the last four games. But yeah, wild turnaround, absolutely.
They're back.
The boys, they're back. This fast, some of the little specks of brilliance that we saw last year, They got us to a final. We look like we're playing it consistently. The pressure is enormous. The transition.
Boys are back in town. The boys are back in
It's
town.
beautiful. Fast footy is just good to watch.
Fast footy is good footy.
Like I could waffle on. Jackson standing up. When Darcy went down was huge. I thought they would run over the top of us.
Well done, Luke Jackson.
Yeah, take a bow. The West Australian must look goofy at the moment. Suma's probably going to have another stupid take.
So-
What about Sarong? Again, we bring him up, I think, every week, but what a season he's putting together. It's phenomenal.
Contested beast. He's
Underrated.
getting in there. Yeah, he's going under the radar for sure.
He's like the Jack McRae of Fremantle. He'll just casually pick up 30 to 35 every week and nobody's going to talk about it. Except for us. We'll fucking talk about it.
To be fair, no one was at the MCG apparently. Under 30,000.
Where the hell are the Melbourne fans?
That's
The
typical
MCC
Melbourne.
members.
Typical Melbourne fans for you. They would have been off camera, but still, it was very dead. Very, very weird game to watch in terms of sound because, again, sound comes from behind the camera. And I think I talk about it every time we get a Melbourne game. But I wanted to bring up a few little things. So Melbourne's defensive to forward score chain from this game was 2 goals, 5 for 17 points. They average 40.8 this season, so they're number 1 in the comp. So you can really say that's where it went wrong for them. They just couldn't convert their defensive to forward half conversions. But basically, I mean, you can't deny that Freo were the better team on the day, and basically it was Luke Jackson leading the way and taking down his former side, which you love to see, don't you?
He's like a golden retriever, that fella. He's a weird unit, but we love him.
It's like a dog chasing cars.
Yeah,
He's got the dog in him.
Dog in him. The dog.
Dog.
Oh, the dog.
I just love our forward line at the moment. I'm gonna kick the man while he's down and drive him by, but he's not getting back in, Taberner. He's just not getting back in.
I feel like every week you taunt Matty Taberner for not getting back in the side, and I love it.
He's got to prove himself. He's got to go through the waffle. I'll bring it up every week until I die. Yes.
You'd be happy to know, Mason, that once again our boy Amos is getting a mention in the Melbourne media.
Ooh.
He was on the Sunday Footy Show. Brought him up this morning. I was sitting there going, "Ooh, the cat's out of the bag, mate." We led the charge, and look what's happened. Now everyone's talking about him. Speaking of someone else that we've always been talking about, the man who kicked the sealer. Thank you very much.
Hey.
Once again, he's. Should we just call him Mr. Clutch, because that's what all he does? I mean, Bailey fucking Banfield banners. What are you doing, mate? What are you doing? Fucking breaking hearts of fucking Melbourne fans, and I love it.
I love it. You boys know how much I love the jersey grab, and he did it. I just love to see it. I love to see it.
You know he plays for you guys, and that's just something you love about banners every week.
Heart and soul. Absolutely.
Now, Demons. I've got them 4th. Most likely.
Ooh.
A demon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's also demons, so I feel like it's multiple.
Well, there's only one in the.
Stop taking it so literal.
Well, I'm trying to work with it here.
Have you seen Insidious?
Oh, that's all I'm thinking. Okay, yeah.
Right, so that's
He seems like a little scrawny fuck, though. Like a little bit.
Yeah.
He seems like the type of guy that you try to kick your ass and you just be like, hey.
Oh, my fucking weird ass. Yeah, a demon could be in the bottom 4. No, I've got him in the top 4 here. But a Docker, this might be controversial, 14th. And the reason why is I don't think anyone in a rain jacket or a puffer jacket is going to kick my ass in a one-on-one fight.
I mean, I love that you've. Speaking of taking it literal, I mean, I was thinking that you'd be fighting a literal doc. I was like, I think the
Why
doc
would I
might
be
win.
fighting a doc?
You're the dockers.
But JD was thinking more literal. Like I remember in my Auskick days, the Docker mascot was the beach blonde surfer bloke. No, I'm talking more like Patrick Swayze, Point Break kind of thing. I kicked that guy. You know what? I kicked that guy in a one-on-one fight.
I don't know. I think he still might kick your ass.
Patrick Swayze died 14 years ago.
Yeah, and he still might kick your ass. Speaking of getting their ass kicked.
Hey!
Same brainwave. I knew we do it in the group chat. We'll do it here. Cats v Giants, 10-14, 74, played 12-9, 81. The Giants get themselves over the line. It was the Toby Green show, 4 goals, 7 marks. What more can you say from the captain in a milestone game? He was phenomenal. The Giants make it 3 from 3 in Geelong. How crazy is that to go down there and win 3 times out of the 3 times you played there? So, well done, Orange team. Well done. Anyone...
It has to be a bogey side then at this point. Like everyone's got a bogey side. That's got to be Geelong's bogey side at this point. And in Geelong.
In Geelong, of all places.
At Goomba.
Oh, what? I get it.
A Goomba. Oh, God.
At Goomba. Jeez. Goomba Stadium, boys.
Goomba Stadium. Super Mario Brothers eat your heart out.
Do you think Brent Daniels is David King's son? They look so alike.
They do. The second you said it, that's amazing. He really does look exactly like him. Holy shit! Let's get a "You are not the father" moment. You are not the father. Just to watch him run around the room.
I've got a cat in 16th.
No.
And I've got a giant 5th.
5th?
I was nervous. Are you talking someone that's 7 foot tall? Or are you talking?
No, I'm talking like a mythology creature, a giant.
And they're also the Giants.
Yeah, giant.
Stop it with the plurals.
There's multiple.
5th.
Stop it with the plurals.
5th.
Okay. I swear to God, from Magpie is number 1. I'm gonna fucking kill you.
Oh, it is already. Look at that face.
I can fucking tell.
What
the fact that he would have cats beneath it. Where I mean, to be fair, do you reckon a cat could take down a hawk?
No.
Cats are fucking deadly, man. Going into Saturday night's game, I watched this one. I don't know which one you guys watched. So Suns v Dogs. 13-6, 84, played 11-11, 77. The Suns' accuracy gets them over the line. The Dogs, with a mighty fine fight back, got themselves within a point, but just couldn't get themselves over the line. In a Liam Jones performance where he took 10 intercept marks, and it just wasn't good enough to take on somebody like a Matty Rowell who had 16 clearances and 23 contested possessions. So Suns holding off the Dogs in like I said, a mighty fine performance up in Darwin. What did you boys think of it?
I got a bone to pick with you, JD. Last week, you wanted to get through the Q clash because I was cleaning out my ears. Didn't give me a chance to pray. Did not give me a chance to praise good old Bailey Humphrey.
Oh, did you hear the call when he kicked one of his goals and they were like, Humphrey be brilliant?
Oh, that was fucking... Whoever said that can fucking walk back to Melbourne.
Oh, God. Humphrey be brilliant. Something else when it comes to dumb commentary. We've got to be one of, I mean, I want to say we're one of the only sports in the world, but then there's dumb commentary everywhere. So it's not just us. But yeah, that was awful. But there was some absolute belter goals in this game. When Lukosius kicked, I think it was 4 1/4, his average basically space out from goal was like 10 meters. He was clunking them all from the goal square. It was he tore them to shreds in that single quarter. That was pretty much the quarter that did it in for the Dogs was the second. But the fight back, like I said, the fight back from them was quite strong. But you know, they really just couldn't will themselves over the line. The Suns wanted it too much, and I think the Suns are up there in Darwin for the next week as well, I believe.
Yeah, against Adelaide.
Yeah. So if they can get the 2 wins out of here, they can absolutely call that a success. And I think there's something to be said about them playing up in Darwin, being one of the only teams, them and Brisbane being the 2 teams that are realistically exposed to heat, even at this time of year. So them playing some Darwin games is actually kind of smart because I do think the Dogs looked a bit tired as well. Like, not all the Dogs, but there were certainly some players out there that were looking very tired by the end of it. But there's something to be said about how good Bontempelli played and how good Jack McRae played. But again, just wasn't enough to get over some of these boys that were just dominant through the midfield for the Suns.
Let's go into the Suns a little bit. Is this the dawning of the Gold Coast Suns, or is this just the same old shit? Are they always going to be a game outside the 8s? Are they going to lose next week to Adelaide and it's back to square one? And they're going to have a shit performance yet again. And it's just, we're just waiting for the Suns to emerge and finally make finals. And it's there. It's possible. They're just a couple of star players away. They've got one that's about to return in Miller. That's a couple of months away though. But they're a chance. But I don't have much faith in them to keep this consistency up, particularly after the bye. So
nobody can have faith in the Suns. They have not proved themselves year after year to earn that faith from anybody. But we can only hope that this is the year they finally break through. I think they're a very deserving club. I think they've eaten a lot of shit to earn a lot, and I think that's the best way to earn respect is just eat a lot of shit for a long time. So if they can earn themselves a finals berth, I don't think anyone's going to be disappointed. I think a lot of people will be stoked for them. So let's hope they can will themselves over the line. Like do it for, like, they've actually got fans. Like, at least they've actually got a fan base that is kind of, and I reckon they're pretty hilarious, their fan base. So let's see if they can get themselves into finals.
I hope they do good. I've got a couple of things to say. Where's the guy that keeps making it sunny videos when they win? Where has he gone? He's disappeared. I don't know if you've seen it, but there's like a random video of like some Suns players doing like weird dancing moves, and it's got like Oleg Markov doing like the mowing, the lawnmower. It's brilliant. I don't know where that guy went, but he needs to bring it back.
Oh, brilliant.
I love the Suns team. Like, out of the 2 new expansion teams, it's like the favorite child and the stepchild.
It's the kid the AFL didn't want.
Like, they've tried so hard to make the orange team a thing, and it's just like, stop trying to make it a thing. Like, it's not going to be a thing.
Stop trying to make orange team happen.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen.
Yeah, that Mean Girls reference, yes.
There you go, mate.
But I want to see them win. I want to see them play finals. I don't want them to win a flag before us, but I want to see them play finals.
Be good. Don't be too good. Just be good.
Just be a little bit better.
Be good, but not good enough.
But the Suns, second in mascots, I could kick my ass.
The literal sun.
It's like, because you're facing the literal sun.
Sun.
It's definitely a magpie that's number 1.
But a bulldog, this is another controversial one. I'm talking like the lazy bulldog. I'm not talking a pit bull.
Yeah, that's fair.
An actual bull. This is not the Western Staffordshire Bull Terriers. It's just the Western Bulldogs. Bulldogs 12th.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Bulldogs are Bulldog. I feel like a Bulldog is just going to drool all over you before anything else. So
Like,
that's quite fair.
That's about it.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like you'd be able to fend off a Bulldog. But the literal sun, I'm amazed that's not number one.
Oh,
You
you'll
Superman.
find out who's number one and deservedly so.
Okay. I mean, if you make up if you bring up any fucking swooping stuff, I swear to God. But yes, we were just about to move on to Saturday night's game.
These are pretty
Eagles
good.
v Dons, 6-10-46, played 14-12-96. I've actually got quite a bit written down for this game because
Hey, what?
there's quite a bit to talk about with how the Dons won this game, but also how the Eagles did play, because the Eagles played better in terms of the fact that they actually won the inside 50 counts. The first time they've done that since round 7. So it's a little win for them, something they haven't done in weeks. So getting an inside 50 for them, at least they're doing that. Dons, 50 points from stoppages, 6 goals from defensive half. That's where the game was pretty much won. All from stoppages, 50 points from stoppages. That's pretty much unstoppable. No team really does that. 6 goals from defensive half as well. That's very good. Dons scored 26 times from the 46 entries they had. Eagles only scored 16 times from the 48 entries they had.
God damn.
It's more something to probably be said about the personnel down there. Because, like we said, they were pumping it into their forward line, so they gave themselves every opportunity to match the Dons on the night. And I feel like speaking to Jabs during the week, he was worried about this game because they were one of the only teams that lost to the Eagles last year, even when they were in injury ravaged. So, there is something to be said about, like you said before, Nate, when it comes to teams that just have the wood over you. That's another team that just seemed like, maybe the Eagles, they were a bit scared of the Eagles from that sense, but, they got themselves over the line. Ridley and Redmond led the way with 90% efficiency off the half-back line. They combined for 59 disposals. And I do have a question for you boys to sort of go through, like to transition in. Is Adam Simpson the man for this rebuild?
Yes.
Why?
Because they can't get rid of him for another year.
From money, he purely can't go.
Yeah. I reckon give him a chance first, to be honest. Like, being realistic, like he's been given no chance at all yet. Like, they haven't even started. They have a bunch of like 2-star, 3-star monsters that they just need to fuck off. In Yu-Gi-Oh terms, these you can talk about your Rothams, your O'Neills, like pretty much everybody but Kelly, Oscar Allen, Barras, and Jimby. Everybody else can F off.
The boy Jimby.
Everybody else can just F off. They're not AFL tier. And I think it's getting to the point where West Coast fans will agree with me. They don't have enough talent.
Yeah, there's been rumors. I mean, it's amazing when Western Australian rumors get their way over to Melbourne, because it's very rare that you see things basically reported on in that sense. But it's been reported on here that it looks like there's going to be a bit of a fire sale at the end of the year for West Coast. Now, that was probably to be expected, but to finally hear someone come out and report it, it's probably a bit of a sigh of relief for some West Coast fans. But it is looking like some of that talent that you've been talking about, like how they're lacking that top end talent. It just looks like it's going to get worse from here, because they're going to have to get rid of some of that top end talent to be able to get something back.
Oh, hang on. Let me just cut in there. They're not going to get rid of top end talent. They'll get rid of expiring players. Yeah,
well, that's what I mean. That's their top end talent still.
No, I disagree. They're past it. To be honest, these players they should have got rid of maybe a year or two ago to begin this.
Yeah.
McGovern. Yeah, darling. Yeah, let's just
Well, he's
say
gonna.
screw it.
McGovern will still be there. That's almost a guarantee. I
But
reckon they may target Mitch McGovern, which will be God. If they target an injury-prone defender, that will be hilarious.
no, they're not that stupid. I don't think. I don't think they're that stupid. But like Dom Sheed can go. He's just Gaff. Gaff is past it, but who's going to take Gaff?
North Melbourne.
Not anymore.
Don't be so sure.
Like they will, if they get the first pick, they'll split it. That's the position that they're at. Harley Reid, as amazing as he is not what they need. They need multiple players fast.
Yeah, they need to start bouncing back quick. But there's enough talk about West Coast. I think.
Essendon. We didn't talk anything about Essendon.
Yeah, I think it's. I mean, I think I went into them quite well with how they defeated them.
Mm.
But yeah, to be fair, the Dons they're just still rolling along quite nicely. Still got to beat. They got to beat these teams. They've got I think about 6 of these games throughout the season where essentially you would count them as free wins. I mean, I don't count Hawthorn as a free win because they're as we dubbed them on the podcast. They're the headache of the competition. So Don's just doing what they need to do to get themselves to a finals position. But I think we all know, when it comes to the Dons, it's not about getting yourself to a finals position. It's about winning that final. So
when Brad Scott we trust, he'll do it.
He'll be the man.
Yeah.
He'll be the man, you reckon? So let's.
I'll be looking down every single fucking peasant who gave me shit for praising Brad Scott. All right.
Oh God!
An eagle, 10th. You're most likely to kick my ass, and a bomber, 3rd.
He's definitely got the fucking pies, number 1.
Well, like an actual like a jet pilot ship, like a bomber plane.
Yeah, well, they call me the Twin Towers for a reason.
Oh.
And there's your answer.
Sheesh. Let's move on to Sunday's game. That started us off with Tigers v Port Powerhouse. 9-13, 6-7 played 10-17, 77. Port's inaccuracy just pipped out Richmond's inaccuracy at what looked like to be Port's day at the G. That they just didn't capitalize on all the way, and Richmond fought their way back into it, and it became a slog from the second quarter onwards. They did not kick many goals. I think it was midway through the third. They had only kicked 2 goals from the second quarter, so it was one of those games that just became a real scrap between the two clubs. But once again, Powerhouse, even despite their inaccuracy, get themselves over the line in at a ground that realistically is a little bit of their hoodoo. So, they play well at Marvel, but not so much at the MCG. So this is something for Power that they can hang their hat on. Ready to sort of continue to keep rolling on in their season. I think it's 8 wins now in a row. Is that correct, Nathan?
Yeah, they're fourth time in the AFL history they've won 8 in a row. So next week they'll be going for their own individual record. Yeah,
I did not know that.
Yeah, they're playing some really good football in terms of the way they move the ball. There's something to be left desired about how they're playing in their forward half, I think, at the moment. But they are also down on some personnel down there. Really was not sure why Jason Horne-Francis was getting booed today. We're back to this bullshit but I mean, then again, it's Richmond, so what do you expect?
They just couldn't handle the long socks. I just couldn't handle it.
Long sock boys.
That game almost put me to sleep. I swear to God. I don't know what it was about.
It became a scrap. That's what it was. It was a real slog.
It was dog shit, is what it was.
Dog shit.
That was rough watching. I think I turned it off at some point and went for an actual walk around the block instead. Um,
You can understand why Dimmer left.
yeah, I can.
Yeah.
I can now. I'd rather be at home smoking my medical marijuana as well.
How cut do you reckon he was? Because he had a beer at like 10 in the morning waiting for the game to start. So
A few
I wonder how
minutes
cut he
beforehand
got.
as well.
It would have been blind as a bat.
6 holes in the wall.
You fucking fuck.
He would have been seeing 4 Dusties.
It was just a slog of a game. There was not too much to harp on about. It was just there this round. All Port had to do was come to Melbourne and win. They've done that. They get another win, as you said, going for their individual record next week, and as we've sort of dubbed them this season, just continue to be a powerhouse.
They're like their little engine that could. They're just chugging along.
No one likes you hear the Kmart reference. They're like people call DeGoey the Kmart Dusty. or the poor man's whatever. I'm calling Port Adelaide right now the poor man's Collingwood. They've got everything that makes them similar to Collingwood in terms of they love a scrap, they love a close one. They just don't have all the tools just yet to be a great side. They deserve to be in third spot, second, third, but I just think they're a step below like a team like Collingwood or even. I know they beat Brisbane round 1, but I think in terms of like if Brisbane and Port were in a grand final, I'd probably back Brisbane. So that's why I've got Port Adelaide in about third spot and just a step below a team like Collingwood.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'll one-up you there, Nate. I'll one-up you. They're the Diet Pepsi to your Coke.
No, they are the 7-Up to Collingwood's Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
But you'll love this. Port Adelaide or power first.
Power.
You're most likely to kick my ass.
Power.
Yeah,
just pure electricity.
Well, if you put me on life support, you turn off power, what's going to happen? Boop, dead.
What if you got unlimited power?
Mate, don't fuck around with the theories and whatever. Power first.
All right. I'm glad it wasn't a magpie.
And Tiger 7th.
What's above the Tiger?
Yeah.
We've got Power, Sun, Demon, Bomber, Giant.
Oh, okay, yeah, no, fair on all those. I think we were just curious on if there was anything random that was above it. So let's move on to Nate's favourite game of the round. Sunday afternoon game, Pies v North, 16-9, 105, played 10-10, 70. A little bit of a North fight back, but Nate, I'm going to let you take away.
Well, why? This was a shit game to watch. I know Collingwood's on top of the ladder, but if they want to stay on top, they got to be a little bit better than what they did against North Melbourne. That's a bit harsh. Maybe I'm just got high standards for my side, but 35 points. I was actually deflated. Still side bottom. Game 300 subbed off with what's suspected to be an MCL. Given his age, he's rusty for a reason. He's probably going to be out for another 2 months. I know Darcy Cameron came back in 5 to 6 weeks. I think still side bottom will take a little bit more to recover. Mason Cox played his 100th game, kicked a couple of goals. Good on him. Technically, the second American to get to 100 games in the AFL.
You can have a father-son American.
No longer. Cannot be inducted in the Stephenson Warry Hall of Fame.
What a shame. It should have been done weeks ago. It's a shame that he passed it.
Now, who do you think has played the most games as an American in the AFL?
I mean, is there a trick?
I'll give you a hint, and it's going to be pretty simple. This one, former coach, Camp.
Former coach Camp. Oh God,
Don Pike.
I was going to say, is it Don Pike?
Yeah, 128. 120 odd.
He's American.
He's American.
Yeah, he's born in America. That's what Mason Cox gets shit for. Yeah, Mason Cox gets shit for that. He goes, you're not the first American to get to 100 games.
Mason Cox is the real American to get to 100 games. He is a real American. Fight for the rights of every Collingwood fan.
Yeah.
That's where he's at.
No, good on North Melbourne's effort today. They could have just folded like a wet paper bag straight away, but They hung around 24 points down at quarter time. That just stayed that way the entire time. De Goey was clearly best on ground with 35 disposals and a goal. But we also like this cliche. It's like the loss they need to have. I'm at a point now where Collingwood need to lose. Collingwood
Getting a bit worried, are you?
They need a wake up call at this point. This was just a nothing game for me, and a nothing
just
game.
Keep rolling on.
Just wake up, get a win, leave. That's it. But I think the crowd felt it when Side Bottom was subbed off. They were all there to see Side Bottom.
Yeah,
celebrating players 300th game. All of Shepparton was there. They drove 3 hours for that.
I'm surprised you weren't there.
No, I was there.
Oh.
Now, I mean, it's something to be said about how upsetting that would be for Collingwood fans to watch him go down that early. I mean, even as a non-Collingwood fan, it was upsetting to watch him go down that early. What was the end of the first quarter? He was subbed out.
Yeah, and it was the weird thing about it is he was feeling his knee in the warm-up. So that got me a little bit worried. It was just an innocuous tackle. He got up out of it, and then I think he went to run off again, and he's like, "Oh, he felt a little."
Do you reckon that he maybe could have pulled himself out of the game, but because it was his 300th, he went, "Nah, let's go for it."
Maybe I'm just being a conspiracy theorist, but Side Bottom he's called Rusty for a reason. He's not agile. He's just a little bit silky with his ball use. So yeah, he may just look old all the time, but no. Side Bottom, 4th Collingwood player in history to get to 300 games. The 101st AFL player in history to get to 300. Goldstein got to 300 as the 100th player. Should have mentioned that at the time, but.
So did you say 103rd? So who played?
101st. Side Bottom.
101st. Sorry, I thought you said 103rd.
My deep voice. But
deep voice.
I've got a kangaroo as 8, most likely to kick my ass, and a magpie 11th. So there's a clear top 8, and I think the teams outside the 8s, it's more clear and basic. But the top 8 is there for a reason.
I feel it's fair that you couldn't get beaten by an actual colour, but if we're getting technical, you feeling blue could end in a bad way.
No, mate, I've got stress balls. I'm fine.
You got massive balls. Adelaide are 14-11 currently, 95, playing 8-17. Another inaccurate team, 65. Brisbane again. Adelaide, I think it was described best in the pre-game for this. Adelaide had an off week last week, and that's all it was. This is a bounce back and a half against a very quality side. Brisbane, they're very iffy when they travel at the best of times, but let's be honest, this is always going to be a great win. A lot of people tipped Brisbane. I went Adelaide personally myself because I had a hunch that they would do this at Adelaide Oval. They're a very, very good football side. Mason, you should take an absolute bow this season for how you predicted that, because what a prediction to have that they were going to bounce up. I mean, I know a few people had it, but yeah, they're a very, very good football side and just playing some very fun football to watch.
I mean, I wish I backed them this week, going off that statement that I made. But
they let you down too much early.
It's just, I don't know anymore. It was a flip of the coin, this match. Had a feeling going them being Adelaide Oval and, fans behind them and support, they would go back to their best, which that's what happened. But then I thought, Brisbane should be able
sorry,
to
1 sec. The clock stopped at 3:16.
All right, Stone Cold. But I didn't get to see much of the game, so you guys probably saw more. So what have you seen? Nothing.
I see that Adelaide's on 95, Brisbane's on 71. So 95 is a higher score than 71, clearly.
I did watch the first half of this game while you boys were probably watching the Collingwood game. It was a very good first half from Adelaide. But it was a very good first half from both teams. I think it was something to be said on how Adelaide were moving the ball. I think from defensive, again, we've talked about it a lot today. Defensive half to forward half. I think they were performing very well in that stat. I don't have the exact stat on it, but they're winning a lot of midfield ball at the moment. They're winning. They're basically their forward line is one of the most potent things in the AFL. Not many clubs can get past it, and that's where I think what's happening today is Adelaide are Brisbane are just struggling to get through. To shut down Adelaide's forward line. 14-11. Again, there's something to be said, though, about inaccuracy this weekend. Brisbane have just joined an absolute host of clubs that have absolutely butchered the ball when it comes to going inside 50 this weekend. And as you say every week, Nate, bad kicking is bad footy.
Yeah, not good enough. The Crows 13th. And most likely to kick my ass, and a Lion 6th. There we go.
The most atrocious call of the weekend was that 50-meter penalty against Gold Coast. I didn't even see it. I was just hearing about it, and I just shook my head. He didn't even tell him to get back off the mark. He just automatically paid the 50. And he was barely a foot over the mark. It feels like umpires are going on a power trip because they know they can't get in trouble. I know it's harsh, and we always hang shit on the umpires, and that's why there's no juniors coming through. But yeah, it's something has to change. I've said it before, and I'll say it again like a broken record. But
something's got to change. Yeah, but to be fair, I would actually agree with you in the sense that there was 2 games this weekend that literally started with free kicks from the opening bounce. And that's a lot. Like, not even letting the game get off the basically start. So yeah, it's hitting a level.
It's getting to EPL levels. Hopefully we don't become that corrupt though.
We'll just become Tim Donaghy. If you haven't seen that, it's the NBA ref that took bribes.
Yeah, the name rings a bell.
Yeah, if you haven't looked it up, look up Uncut on Netflix. I believe it's his. He's got a documentary about it.
What American sport isn't corrupt?
Curling?
Dodgeball?
Dodgeball.
What about bowling? You reckon bowling's corrupt?
I don't know.
Someone's sleeping their way to the top in 10-pin bowling.
But
it's Fat Al and Lane 10.
It's been 10 years since Who Do You Think You Are? I Am.
Yeah.
Saw the anniversary video of it.
Is he still alive?
I think so. So he's probably still out there going, "Who do you think you are? I am."
It wasn't really an arrow. It was just kind of a waffle.
I got nothing to be angry about.
Shoot that giant waffle. Oh, God.
All right. You also got a ball. Maso, who's your ball?
What? Double duties?
Yeah, I said it during the week.
Fuck me.
Just find a boy.
Let's go break some hearts.
Come on, hurry up. Hurry up.
Hang on. Give me a second. Give me a second.
Just saying that.
I need a check. All right, Connor Nash. There we go.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Good boy. That's a very good boy.
Connor Nash, born July 28th, 1998. Is playing for Hawthorn at the moment. Former Ireland national schoolboy rugby union player. Not bad.
Oh.
I didn't even know he was Irish. He's a big unit, isn't he?
He's a massive unit. What was his stats from yesterday? I'll get it up for you. Connor Nash. He had 27 disposals.
Oh, fuck.
What a week to pick him. 27 disposals, 10 kicks, 17 handballs, 4 marks, 5 tackles, and 1 behind. He went at 78% disposal efficiency.
He's a ruckman that plays like a midfielder. So how old is he? 24? Yeah, I reckon he'll have his breakout year next year or the year after. Calling it. That's my call right there.
Connor Nash, welcome
Look.
to the boys' club. Well done.
You remember this, pal? You're a boy in a man's world.
All right, we gone slightly controversial, boys. Just ever so slightly.
Okay.
My Hall of Fame selection played for 3 clubs. He played, let's just say, at the last 2 clubs he was at, he only played a total of 7 games at those clubs. He was basically started his career at the Gold Coast Suns, moved to Fremantle, then moved to Melbourne. It's Harley Bennell.
Oh, noodle carbs Benel.
Noodle Carbs Bennell. He was picked number 2 in the 2010 national draft for the Gold Coast Suns. He played 81 games at Gold Coast, kicked 92 goals, moving to Fremantle in 2016. As Mason mentioned, had absolutely noodle calves and could barely keep himself on the field. Only managed to get 2 games.
Jesus Christ. I was giving him like a nice 6 in my head. Like 6 to 10, but like
he played 2 games.
Jesus.
2 games from 2016 to 2019 for 3 goals. Melbourne then took the punt on him in 2020, where he managed to get 5 games. It's amazing that in 1 year he managed to outdo his entire time at Fremantle, but he kicked the exact same amount of goals at Melbourne for 3 goals. He ended up finishing with 88 games, 98 goals in his career. He was delisted at the end of the 2020 season and earned himself an induction into the Stephenson Warry Hall of Fame.
It's Takeshita!
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Takeshita. Wait, Takeshita.
Oh, yeah, actually did that pretty good.
Happy birthday to you. It's our boy's birthday. I have no idea what you're drinking, but Jesus Christ.
Looks nice. Is it a smoothie? It's just milk.
Of course, it's milk in a wine glass. That's the most Nathan thing I've ever seen.
I made a list of all the things I'm grateful for with Takeshita. No, I'm just kidding. But I do fucking love Takeshita, man.
It's another week, no Takeshita on TV.
He did wrestle. He fucking wrestled at the Republic of Lucha 4 events, or number 4. But this took place last month. They've only just now posted it on YouTube. So South Pasadena, California, Takeshita versus a guy called Arez, Lucha wrestler. But in I guess a Mexican crowd, the crowd loved him. Like you got Jeff Hardy, who's supported by the black people, Io Sky supported by Puerto Ricans, and you got AJ Styles supported by the gay community. You've got Takeshita supported by Mexicans here. It was just good to see. There was a holy shit chance for a moonsault on the outside. It's pretty basic, but whatever. Like it was a good moonsault nonetheless. But there was a very good move where there was an outside dive. Takeshita caught him for a brain buster. I don't know how the fuck he pulled that off, but that's just Takeshita doing Takeshita shit. And you'll love this. It was the Takeshita win.
Hey,
Tell you what I'm not liking though is after the match, all this respect shit. Just win the match and get the fuck out of there.
Respect. It's all about respect. I will say, definitely watch this space next week because Double or Nothing on Sunday, Elite versus Blackpool Combat Club in Anarchy in the Arena. Takeshita could be coming back. But
Tony
that's
Khan's a wanker.
Isn't that tomorrow?
it is indeed, my friend. It is. But
Oh,
that
very nice.
is Takeshita watch. Happy birthday, my boy.
I have a question for Maso.
Mm.
What did you have for breakfast the day after your game of footy?
The day after my game of footy.
Yeah.
Shit, what did I have? No, nothing. I didn't.
Nothing?
I went straight to the sauna for recovery. Yeah, I'm a good boy.
He had sauna for breakfast.
Yeah, it's sauna and recovery for breakfast.
Amazing.
Sorry, mate.
Why is that, Nate? Why did you want to know that?
I just want to say Mason waffle. And he
Get him
did
going.
just that.
Oh, triple date.
You baited him nicely. But we are the AWO Journeyman. JD, Nate, and Maso. Remember to follow us on Instagram at AWO Journeyman. Subscribe to our Spotify and YouTube, AWO Journeyman. Like, share, subscribe, all the good shit. And please, drink more water.